Hey, welcome to the channel. So today we're going to be trying out something that a lot of Ram diesel owners with the Cummins talk about. On the later model Rams, there's a foam cover that goes around the plastic baffle in the air intake leading to the turbo. So what we're going to do today is remove that, and we're doing it for a few reasons. One, so my truck's got about 52,000 miles on it, or greatly, just a little bit more than that. So it hasn't really been touched. That foam insert, or the foam cover, rumor has it is they kind of get brittle over time and they start to fall apart, and then obviously you don't want that being sucked into your turbo. So one, we're going to take it apart, check that out, see what kind of condition it's in, but we're also going to remove it and see if there's any types of gains that we get from removing it. There's some different gains that you could potentially get. You could get a fuel economy gain, you could get a performance gain, and you might just get a gain in noise from your turbo. Those are some of the gains, but on the flip side, you could have you know, a negative effect in any of those areas. So anyhow, we're going to pull that off of there and see if it gives us any benefit. So what I'm talking about here is inside the air intake, this tube leads to the turbo, and inside of there is the baffle. So we're going to open that up, take the baffle out, and remove the foam cover. Looks like while we're in here. So inside this tube is where the baffle is. I don't know if we can just pull it out, probably not. That'd be too easy. Alright, so here's the baffle. Pull this out of here. There it is. So there's the foam I was talking about. So here's the baffle. So the baffle is this plastic piece, and around it is the foam cover. On mine, you can see the foam kind of is bent and overlapped and folded. The people online say that a fear with this foam piece is that it'll deteriorate over time, eventually fall apart, and then the turbo will suck it in, which obviously isn't desired. So as part of our test here, we are going to remove the foam piece. It's got a little dirt on it. It's in decent shape, but I actually think that, you know, maybe another 50,000 miles or so, this thing really might deteriorate and fall apart. So I think there is some validity to that. This plastic baffle is kind of questionable as well. However, Ram engineers put it in there for a reason. The thought behind it is that it might reduce turbulence on the air going into the turbo and give a straighter flow of air. So we're going to keep this in the truck. So people say, you know, my Cummins from 10 or 15 years ago didn't have this. Well, that's true, but they're also putting out a whole lot more power now than they used to. So if this increases efficiency by means of regulating that air as it goes into the turbo, it's probably a good thing. So we're going to put this back in there and give it a try and see if there's any concernable noise difference that we can hear by having the foam removed. If this thing were dirty, I'd clean it up, but it really is pretty clean, so we're going to stick it in there. And it kind of, it wants to go a certain way, so you'll know when it locks in there as it's supposed to go. So now that we got this out of here, let's go take it for a test drive and see what it sounds like. Well, so my immediate thoughts are, I don't really notice that much of a difference. There might be a slight difference in the noise of the turbo, but it's nothing major. We'll see over time if I end out telling a difference, whether it be through sound levels, performance, or anything else like that. Let me know what you think. If you think that there's no benefit to this, let me know. If you think there is benefit to this, let me know and why. I'd be interested to see your comments. And if you have done this before, and you've had it out for any considerable amount of time, I'd be interested in that as well.